Hello and welcome. Sonia Gandhi is to stay as chief. The Congress decided in a 4-hour-long post-mortem of its election debacle. Sonia Gandhi will continue as the party president. This was decided after a mammoth 4.5-hour meeting on Sunday evening amidst demands of a change in leadership in view of the party's disastrous performance in the recently held state polls. The Congress Working Committee reposed faith in Sonia Gandhi's leadership, but she has, however, been asked to effect organizational changes.
The recent assembly election results of 5 states are a cause of serious concern for the Indian National Congress. CWC unanimously reaffirms its faith in the leadership of Srimati Sonia Gandhi and requests the Congress President to lead from the front, address the organizational weakness, effect necessary and comprehensive organizational changes in order to take on the political challenges. And CWC also decided to have a detailed deliberation of the party strategy and way forward in the upcoming elections in 2022, 23 and 24. A Chindan Shivir of the senior leaders will be held immediately after the current parliament session.
देखिए, क्योंकि संगठनात्मक चुनाव इस समय चल रहा है और आदरणीय महासचिव संगठन कई बार बता चुके कि वो 20 अगस्त जो है कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष के चुनाव की तिथि निश्चित है और मैं एक से अधिक बार आपको ये बात कह चुका कि कांग्रेस का हर कार्यकर्ता और हर नेता ये चाहता है कि श्री राहुल गांधी आगे बढ़कर कांग्रेस का नेतृत्व करें, पर कांग्रेस का संगठनात्मक चुनाव है। संगठनात्मक चुनाव के माध्यम से ही अगले कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष का निर्णय होगा।
Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi Party held a road show to celebrate its landslide poll victory. Tusi Kamal Kar Dita, I love you Punjab, the whole world is discussing you, said the AAP chief Arvind Kejriwal, thanking the voters of the state for the huge mandate they gave to his party. During this roadshow organized by the Aam Aadmi Party to celebrate its landslide poll victory, he was accompanied by the Chief Minister designate, Bhagwant Mann.
A victory roadshow in Amritsar. Punjab Chief Minister designate Bhagwant Mann along with Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal on a Thanksgiving Yatra to celebrate and thank people for Aam Aadmi Party's landslide win in assembly elections. Ahead of the roadshow, Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann offered prayers at the Golden Temple and also visited the Jallianwala Bagh Memorial.
16 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਸੱਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਟੀਵੀ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੁੱਲਾ ਸੱਦਾ ਬਸੰਤੀ ਰੰਗ ਦੀਆਂ ਪੱਗਾਂ ਬੰਨ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ। ਭਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਘਰ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਸਹੁੰ ਚੁੱਕਣੀ ਹੈ। ਸਹੁੰ ਕੱਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੁੱਕਣੀ, ਸਹੁੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਚੁੱਕੋਗੇ, ਸਾਰੇ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਬਣੋਗੇ।
The oath is scheduled for 16th of March at Khattar Kalan, the native village of freedom fighter Bhagat Singh. Sources say only the Chief Minister will be sworn in on that day. The cabinet will take oath later. But already the Chief Minister designate has taken a few decisions.
122 ਬੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਘਟਾਈ ਹੈ, 403 ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵਾਲੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਥਾਣਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਹੀ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ 'ਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ 'ਚ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਦੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੂਗੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਆਜ਼ਮ ਭਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅੰਬੇਦਕਰ ਦੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਲੱਗੂਗੀ।
At the roadshow, Arvind Kejriwal reiterated that all the poll promises will be delivered and action will be taken against anyone involved in corruption.
अगर हमारा कोई एमएलए भी अगर इधर उधर करेगा उसको बख्शेंगे नहीं, सीधा जेल भेजेंगे। जितनी गारंटियां दी हैं सारी गारंटियां पूरी करेंगे, एक एक गारंटी पूरी करेंगे।
The opposition meanwhile has accused the Aam Aadmi Party of shedding their Aam Aadmi image.
With 92 seats in assembly, no other party in the recent history has got this majority in Punjab as Aam Aadmi Party. And as they say, with great power comes great responsibilities. So all eyes will be on Aam Aadmi Party and its Chief Minister designate Bhagwant Mann, that what major decisions and roadmap is adopted to pull Punjab out of this financial mess. With camera person Ashwini Mehra in Amritsar, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
And the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister met with Prime Minister Modi in Delhi 3 days after he won a second consecutive victory for the party in the state elections, besting the Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav. I met Yogi Adityanath ji today and I congratulated him on the historic win. In the last 5 years, he's worked tirelessly to fulfill the aspirations of the people, and I'm sure that in the years to come, he will take the state to greater heights of development, tweeted Prime Minister Modi after that meeting. What was discussed in that meeting? Well, according to our sources, cabinet, who will be in the cabinet for the new government, that was discussed, and of course, the swearing-in ceremony date was discussed too. And the big international story, it's day 18 of the Ukraine crisis. Here are the top developments. India has temporarily moved out its embassy to Poland after Russian attacks in western parts of Ukraine. Prime Minister Modi chaired a high-level meeting to review India's security preparedness in the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. In a major escalation near the Polish border, Russia launched multiple airstrikes on Ukraine's Lviv. Russian forces advanced 14 kilometers over the past 24 hours. Southern districts have now been taken under their control during this offensive.
As Kyiv once again woke up to the sound of air raid sirens, Russian troops expanded their offensive, launching multiple air raids on a military training ground in Lviv, outside Ukraine's western border with NATO member Poland, killing dozens.
Для цього ми ще раз просимо закрити небо, тому що воювати, ви розумієте, з ворогом, який навіть не долітає до нас, а здійснює запуск крилатих ракет, треба мати серйозну систему протиповітряної оборони.
The attack came after Russia's deputy foreign minister suggested that it could try to destroy foreign shipments of weapons to Ukraine, branding them legitimate targets. Russia's defense ministry also released a video on Sunday that it said showed Russian forces destroying a command post of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kyiv region.
Подразделения российских вооруженных сил за сутки продвинулись до 14 километров. В ходе наступательных действий установлен контроль над южными районами населенных пунктов Благодатная, Владимировка, Павловка и Никольская.
Later, US President Joe Biden said he would rush up to $200 million in additional small arms, anti-tank and anti-aircraft weapons to Ukraine to aid in its defense against invading troops. The cities of Kharkiv, Sumy and Mariupol remain surrounded and are under heavy Russian bombardment.
Майже 13 тисяч убитих окупантів за 18 днів. Це вже більше, ніж в обох чеченських війнах. Росія втратила тисячі одиниць військової техніки. Вони втратили 74 літаки, 86 гелікоптерів. Ми розуміємо, що у них є ще, але ми розуміємо, що і ми будемо захищатись далі.
With Russia now officially cut off from both the US dollar and the euro, the state-owned VTB Bank has offered its clientele the opportunity to open Chinese yuan saving accounts that yield a maximum interest rate of 8%. The ruble has plunged 38% against both the Chinese yuan and the US dollar this year.
Despite crippling economic sanctions imposed on Moscow and international isolation, Vladimir Putin, who has imposed his own draconian crackdown, has given no indication of being swayed to end the war. Facing the challenges of the new Russian reliance on siege warfare, some analysts believe Ukraine's defenders will have to adapt again to confront the new threat that poses amid grim warnings that an already terrible conflict could yet turn darker. Parmeshwar Bava for NDTV.
And a US journalist was shot dead and another wounded on Sunday in Irpin, a frontline northwest suburb of Kiev. Papers found on the American reporter's body identified him as a 51-year-old video documentary shooter, Brent Renaud of New York.
This morning around 10 a.m. Ukrainian time, this happened next to Kiev at Irpin, he was with the filming group trying to film documentary about Ukrainian war, and actually the Russian fascists, they shot him. The New York Times, they confirmed that this person used to work to them in 2015, but now they didn't have any collaboration. So just by accident, this person has had his press card, New York Times.
All right, now let's quickly get you updated with the other news, the rest of the news from around the country. Let's go across to Bhopal first, where 4 Bangladeshi terrorists have been arrested from 2 places in Bhopal. That's what the Madhya Pradesh Home Minister has said on Sunday, and that, according to him, they belong to the Jamaat-ul-Mujahideen, JMB, Bangladesh. That's the terrorist group involved in the 2018 Bodh Gaya bombing. According to the authorities, laptops, religious literature, explosive substances were seized that from places that were used as their hideouts, and the operation was carried out with the anti-terrorism squad and central intelligence agencies.
पुलिस ने दबिश देकर के इन लोगों को पकड़ा, जो बाद में एक प्रतिबंधित संगठन जमात-ए-मुजाहिदीन बांग्लादेश JMB के होना पाए गए। यहाँ मैं आपका ध्यान इस बात पे भी आकर्षित करूँगा, ये JMB को जब प्रतिबंधित किया था 2019 में, उसके पहले बोध गया और वर्तमान में बम धमाके हुए थे, उसमें ये संगठन लिप्त पाया गया था। इनके पास से जिहादी साहित्य मिला है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक उपकरण और संदिग्ध दस्तावेज मिले हैं। प्रारंभिक जांच प्रारंभ कर दी गई है।
And take a look at these visuals now. Former Union Minister Uma Bharati was seen throwing a rock and vandalizing a liquor shop in Bhopal. The former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister has been demanding prohibition in the state. She had announced that she would launch a protest outside liquor shops. However, far from such a move, the Madhya Pradesh government has actually announced a new excise policy just 2 days after her deadline, making alcohol cheaper. The Chief Minister, the Shiraz Singh's government, reduced the excise duty on foreign liquor by 10 to 13%. So shops have also been allowed to sell foreign and country liquor together.